Hello everyone, welcome back to Sunset Salutations. I wanted to offer you the lovely soundscape of the evening. I love the chirping of crickets. It gives me sort of a nostalgia for campfires and s'mores. It offers that comfort, homey feeling for me, which I was seeking today. So I hope that it will offer some of that comfort to you as well. Today we are going to continue our exploration of the lying down meditation, and I want to begin with a very brief introduction from wherever you go, there you are, for the specific focus of our meditation today. The throat vocalizes our emotions and can be either constricted or open. Feelings can get stuck in the throat sometimes, even if the heart is open. When we develop mindfulness of the throat region, it can put us more in touch with our speech and its tonal qualities, such as explosiveness, speed, harshness, volume, or softness, gentleness, sensitivity, as well as its content. Each region of the physical body has its counterpart in an emotional body or map, which carries a deeper meaning for us, often completely below our level of awareness. Awesome, so let's get started. I am not using a mat today because I'm sure there are many of you who do not have access to mats wherever you are. I have a cushion here. I have a Post-it. And I'm just going to relax my microphone close to my mouth here, because part of what we are exploring here is communication and tonal qualities. And I want it to be as easy as possible to notice any change in that as we move through this lying down meditation. I'm going to take a deep breath in, allow my eyes to close, and a deep breath out. Similarly to how we take a seat with dignity and find our posture in the sitting meditation, I just want to give myself a moment here to find a comfortable position. Maybe adjust my cushion, maybe not. Maybe do a little scoochy. I enjoy dropping my knees in towards one another, up towards the ceiling, as it offers my lower spine and pelvis a break. Just quickly here, allowing ourselves to notice where our physical body is in this moment. Zoom all the way out. Notice how the body feels as a whole. If there are any particular spots of tension, maybe even in the zoomed out feeling, it's worth noting. Maybe there's a part of the body today that feels extremely comfortable and luxurious. It's also worth noting. Now we're going to start from the top of the head. I just want you to feel in touch with any sensation that's going on with the physical body in this moment. moving from the crown of the head through the forehead. Now the eyebrows and the cheeks and the nose and the upper lip and the chin and the neck and the shoulders and the upper arm and the elbow and the forearm and the wrist and the palm and the fingers. Coming back up to the shoulder and working down from the top of the chest, top of the back, and the stomach, and the mid-back, and the lower belly, and the lower back, to the hips, now the buttocks, and the thighs, and the knees, and the lower leg, and the bottom of your foot, and the ankle, top of the foot, and your toes. The only intention there being to notice where you are with a sense of acceptance, inquiring without agenda, focusing most of all as an observer without strong reaction. Good. Even if you've noticed places of extreme tension, see it and let it go. If the tension wants to be a part of your practice today, there's no point in fighting it. Say hello to it and welcome it. It's along for the ride. That's okay. That's part of the practice. Deep breath in and exhale here. Going to enable myself now. Focus deeply on the breath. If you find it helpful to use a mantra, try breathing in openness and breathing out acceptance. Take a moment here to fully experience each inhale and exhale. Observe as the breath travels through the body. Notice as you breathe deeply Your inhalation can fill all the way to the bottoms of your toes and your fingertips. How deeply one can release on the exhale. Find yourself curious about this breath. Try to notice something new. If you tend to focus on physical aspects of the breath, perhaps try and notice how each breath inspires your emotional life. And on that note, we're going to take our focus to breathing deeply from the throat, believing that we have an opening and an airway at that point in the body. At each inhalation widens that airway. And each exhalation deepens its breath. If you notice any physical changes, accept them. If you're feeling resistance, the second that you shift to this idea, note it. Try to dedicate your energy in this moment solely to the image of inhaling straight into the throat and exhaling from the same space. A sensation of widening on the inhale, sensation of deepening on the exhale. If your mind begins to wander, which inevitably it will, note it and bring the energy back to the breath. If you find your mind wandering and you're searching for an anchor, connect each inhalation with the thought, openness, and each exhalation with the thought, acceptance. If during this exploration you find yourself resisting, tensing, constricting, or tightening, bring your focus back to the breath and allow yourself to invest in the belief that each inhalation can widen the throat, each exhalation can deepen it. Find yourself focused and invested in the whole body. Feel in touch with physical sensations. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to slowly open. I encourage you to take some time now to restore and recharge, finding yourself on your side, noticing what came up for you during that meditation, and offering yourself the generosity of time to restore and recharge. I often find intense resistance when focusing on the energies of my throat. There is a push-pull in our communicative communication is so central to how we move about the world. It's crucial for us to feel empowered to communicate and at ease enough to listen. When we offer ourselves time to observe how we're feeling, there's often a moment of resistance. During those times, there is no use in fighting against it. One can only go through. I hope you enabled yourself to do that today. And if not, there is always a tomorrow. I want to share with you a passage to close today. It is the titular passage from this book. Have you ever noticed that there is no running away from anything? That sooner or later, things that you don't want to deal with and try to escape from, or paper over and pretend aren't there, catch up with you. Especially if they have to do with old patterns and fears. The romantic notion is that if it's no good over here, you have only to go over there and things will be different. If this job is no good, change jobs. If this wife is no good, change wives. If this town is no good, change towns. If these children are a problem, leave them for other people to look after. The underlying thinking is that the reason for your troubles is outside of you. In location, in others, in circumstances. Change the location, change the circumstances, and everything will fall into place. You can start over, have a new beginning. The trouble with this way of seeing is that it conveniently ignores the fact that you carry your head and your heart, and what some would call your karma, around with you. You cannot escape yourself, try as you might, and what reason, other than pure wishful thinking, would you have to suspect that things would be different or better somewhere else, anyway? Sooner or later, the same problems would arise if, in fact, they stem in large part from your patterns of seeing, thinking, and behaving. Too often, our lives cease working because we cease working at life, because we are unwilling to take responsibility for things as they are, and to work with our difficulties. We don't understand that it is actually possible to attain clarity, understanding, and transformation right in the middle of what is here and now, however problematic it may be. But it is easier and less threatening to our sense of self to project our involvement in our own problems onto other people and the environment. It is so much easier to find fault, to blame, to believe that what is needed is a change on the outside, an escape from the forces that are holding you back, preventing you from growing, from finding happiness. You can even blame yourself for it all, and in the ultimate escape from responsibility, run away feeling that you have made a hopeless mess of things, or that you are damaged beyond repair. In either case, you believe that you are incapable of true change or growth, and that you need to spare others any more pain by removing yourself from the scene. The casualties of this way of looking at things are all over the place. Look virtually anywhere, and you will find broken relationships, broken families, broken people, wanderers with no roots, lost, going from this place to that place, this job to that job, this relationship to that, this idea of salvation to that, in the desperate hope that the right person, the right job, the right place, the right book will make it better. We're feeling isolated, unlovable, and in despair, having given up looking, and even making any attempt, however misguided, to find peace of mind. By itself, meditation does not confer immunity from this pattern of looking elsewhere for answers and solutions to one's problems. Sometimes people chronically go from one technique to another, or from teacher to teacher, or tradition to tradition, looking for that special something, that special teaching, that special relationship, that momentary high, which will open the door to self-understanding and liberation. But this can turn into serious delusion and an unending quest to escape looking at what is closest to home, and perhaps most painful. This way of thinking and seeing is an all too prevalent trap. There is no successful escaping from yourself in the long run, only transformation. There can be no resolution leading to growth until the present situation has been faced completely, and you have opened to it with mindfulness, allowing the roughness of the situation itself to sand down your own rough edges. In other words, you must be willing to let life itself become your teacher. This is the path of working where you find yourself, with what is found here and now. This then really is it. This place, this relationship, this dilemma, this job. The challenge of mindfulness is to work with the very circumstances that you find yourself in, no matter how unpleasant, how discouraging, how limited, how unending and stuck they may appear to be. And to make sure that you have done everything in your power to use their energies to transform yourself before you decide to cut your losses and move on. It is right here that the real work needs to happen. So if you think your meditation practice is dull or no good, or that the conditions aren't right where you find yourself, and you think that if only you were in a cave in the Himalayas, or at an Asian monastery, or on a beach in the tropics, or at a retreat in some natural setting, things would be better, your meditation stronger, think again. When you got to your cave or your beach or your retreat, there you would be, with the same mind, the same body, the very same breath that you already have here. After 15 minutes or so in the cave, you might get lonely, or want more light, or the roof might drip water on you. If you were on the beach, it might be raining or cold. If you were on retreat, you might not like the teachers or the food or your room. There is always something to dislike. So why not let go and admit that you might as well be at home wherever you go. Right in that moment, you touch the core of your being and invite mindfulness to enter and heal. If you understand this, then and only then will the cave, the monastery, the beach, the retreat center offer up their true richness to you. But so will all other moments and places. Such a profound thought there, and I want to allow it to speak for itself. Thank you so much for joining me for Sunset Salutations.